Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here today at the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, and this is our last trip to the Flower and Garden Festival. It is wrapping up. The Food and Wine Festival is coming around very soon. I can't wait to go to it. I'm very excited for it, but this is our last trip. We have eaten over 50 food items here at this Flower and Garden Festival, so we can tell you without a doubt what are the best food items to try at this festival, because next year when the Flower and Garden Festival comes around again, a lot of the foods will be the same foods. There will be some new items, but there will be a lot of repeat items. So if you're planning on visiting next year, this is a great episode to find out what's the things that you want to spend your money on and what are some of the things you might not want to spend your money on. So come along with us. I cannot wait to revisit some of these amazing food items. I'm getting hungry already. I am going to be so sad to see this festival come to an end, because I think it is one of the most beautiful festivals of all of them, with all the florals and the gardens and everything like that. I just think it's really pretty. I'm going to miss it. And the food's actually been pretty good. I don't think it's been the best food festival when it comes to the food itself, but I feel like it was better than Festival of the Arts, personally, as far as the food goes. So what I want to do is I want to break it down by entree first. I want to revisit what I think is the best entree that we had when it came to flavor, price, everything going for it. So we're going to head over there right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try this thing again. We've got the food item. She's got it in her hand. But now we're trying to find a spot where we can just sit down and eat the food, because this particular location where we got this food item does not have great seating options. And it is hot today. Man, I mean, I am baking. It is so hot right now. I got my phone out for a minute just to look at it, like I was staring at it. And all of a sudden it was like on fire and overheating, and all I was doing was looking at it for like 30 seconds. So it's really hot today. So let's see if we can find a spot to talk about this food. Whew. Wow, it is hot. But we found a shady spot over here. I will be honest, we're sitting on the ground. It was the best spot we could find. Actually, we have a little hidey hole over here. We're basically in the Mexico Pavilion. We found this little hidey hole over here. It's got like this like Mexican Aztec ruins. But this is where Donald Duck hangs out too. So he comes out and does like character meet and greets. So sometimes we come over here and we can sit there, and sometimes we can't. Well, today he's not over there actually.
Yeah.
But the sun is right on it. There's no shade. So depending on when you come during the day, didn't work out. So we're over to the side where there's actually shade, but we're sitting on the ground. And it's very hot, but it feels much better right here. It's a little bit of breeze, so wow. Anyhow, so if you couldn't tell, our first food item, our main entree, is from the Mexico Pavilion, and it is the Mexico booth. The food item that we got is none other than the vampire taco. The vampire taco. We have not, I think we had the vampire taco like the first week, like the first day maybe even of the Flower and Garden Festival. I can't remember, but it was really early on. I still don't know if it's actually vampire taco, but it's like vampiro. I don't know, what else could vampiro be? We probably should have looked that up. So it's taco vampiro. I don't know. I'm calling it a vampire taco. I will say, when we did this video originally, the whole entire time we thought the vampire taco was the other taco that we got, and we thought this one was the enchilada de mole negro. So the whole time we were explaining the vampire taco, we were actually talking about the wrong thing, and we didn't figure it out until we were done. So then we kind of had to go back and amend it all. So we'll do it the right way this time. And honestly, I have been craving this taco since the last time we had it. I mean, it was so good. So I'm really hoping that it's going to be good again. So let's get a glimpse of it. Oh man, look at this thing. Oh my, look how dark that is. It's like all burnt. There's like this like burnt cheese on it. Now this was an $8 taco. I'll be honest, it's a little pricey. It almost kicked it out of our top, you know, entree list because it's so pricey. But it's so good. It's so delicious. Let's talk a little bit about what's in this beast. It is barbacoa beef in a corn tortilla with crispy grilled Monterey Jack cheese, salsa ranchera, and esquites. Esquites is basically corn, I think. I think that's what it is. If it's not, somebody correct me in the comments. But, I mean, that's why it's got that dark color to it, because this is all basically like burnt Monterey Jack cheese, all crisped on it, and this ranchera sauce. This barbacoa in the middle. I'm starting to drool. I can't wait to try it. Let's just rip into it. I'm dying to give it a go. Yum, I cannot wait. Let's give it a rip here. It looks so, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Get a little rip of this. All right. It's a little tough to cut because it's got that like burnt, like delicious melted cheese on it. I can't wait to try it. She's getting a slice off now too. I got mine right here and I'm ready to go. I mean, look at this thing. Oh man, look at that. Oh, look at the beef in there, that barbacoa. I mean, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like a Mexican grilled cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want more. I want more. The little corn on the side's really good. It has like a spicy mayo or something in it.
I feel like it's like that tahini is on top.
Yeah, I do. I think there's like a little tahini. I mean, I don't really care much about the corn salsa on the side. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's really about the main dish, which is the taco. And that's why we came back for this taco. I mean, I can't... You know, like when you make the grilled cheese, and like some of the cheese like spills out into like the skillet, and it gets like burnt, and then you like eat that little piece of cheese, and it's so good. That's like this whole taco. With like this awesome barbacoa woven in, and this like really good ranchero sauce. I love it.
Yeah, I really like it too.
Man, it's good. The whole thing just works together. I want to go get like 5 more of these. I mean, I don't think we can afford it. It'd be like $40 for 5 more of these tacos. But they're so good, I want to eat like 5 of them. I love it. I want to get more. I got to get some more of this. I mean, just take a look in there. You see all that, like that meat in there, and that sauce and that cheese. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You know what? I kind of just want to pick it up. I don't even want to cut it anymore. I don't want to deal with the knife. I just want to pick it up, eat it. I cannot say enough good things about this vampire taco. Not only does it have a cool name, Vampire Taco, but it also is flippin' delicious. I mean, it is so good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. We're gonna eat the whole rest of this thing in like two more bites and it'll be gone. So anyhow, there you have it. That's our top pick of all of the entrees in all of the Flower and Garden Festival. We think this is the best overall entree in anywhere. There were some other really good things. A couple of other honorable mentions that were also really solid in entree dishes. There was at the Citrus Blossom, there was that crispy mojo pork belly. Yum, that was good. And then at the Farmer's Feast, which had the 3 rolling menus throughout the entire summer and spring, there was also a pork dish. It was that pork tenderloin, which was phenomenal. Again, I'm just saying, Disney knows how to make pork. I mean, everything we've had pork has been phenomenal. Yeah. Now we're going to move on to the side dishes. That was a really hard one because there's a lot of what I would consider to be side dishes at Epcot Flower and Garden. So picking just one is going to be insanely hard, but we're going to try, so let's get moving. So what do you think about Anna and Elsa? Do you think they'll keep them? Do you think they'll go away after the Flower and Garden Festival? I feel like they're going to go away, but man, they fit in so well right here with this pavilion. I mean, it just kind of like works really nicely. So I feel like they really could keep those there permanently, and you wouldn't even didn't even notice.
They'll be gone though.
But I think they're going to be gone. Kind of sad because they're really cute. Now, there's one honorable mention that I want to throw into this video as that's sort of like sleeper shock food from this festival that I was not expecting at all and ended up being phenomenal. So now every time we go by here, I always want to get one because it was so good and so surprising. So I want to mention this one as sort of like the honorable mention, honorable, I can't even say the word, honorable mention of surprise sleeper hit of the festival, and it's right here behind me on this board, and it is the pineapple skewer with the tahini on it. Oh my gosh, $4.75. It was so good. I love this. It sounds so weird, but it's so refreshing and so good. I can't say enough good things about it. We are quickly approaching our top pick for the best side dish, or it could also be an appetizer, but basically non-entree piece of food. And it is going to be right up here. I cannot wait to try this again. It's been so long since we had this as well. I'm like super excited. Here we are at our next stop for the best side dish / appetizer, and it is at the Barn Market. I don't know how to say that word. Barn Market. Barn Market. I got nothing. Whatever it is. It's a B. It starts with a B, ends with a T. It's got some letters in the middle. I don't know. But it's the Germany Pavilion. And surprisingly, I'll be honest, when we first saw this, thought it was going to be busted. It was also part of the Garden Graze this year, this particular dish. And honestly, most of the things on the Garden Graze were bad. They were not good. So I was not expecting a whole lot from this dish. And this dish ended up rocking, quite frankly. So without further ado, what is it? It is none other than the potato pancake with the house-made applesauce. I mean, yum. It is so good. I was shocked. It sounds like a weird combination.
Yeah.
Like a hash brown, potato, and then applesauce. Like, huh? I don't know. I didn't get it at first. But trust me, after I ate it, I got it real fast. And the cool thing about this is only $4.75. So it really didn't cost that much.
Did you get two of them?
Yeah. Did we get two last time?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, we got two of these. I mean, they're pretty huge.
I hear singing.
I do too. All right, here we go. Let's have it. It's the hash brown and the applesauce.
It's a very good combination. The flavor profile is really good.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
It is so good. Man, it's good. The crispiness of that potato pancake, it's honestly, it's a little, I feel like it's a little less crisp this time than last time.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's probably just how long it's been sitting or how long they cooked it, but overall, I mean, it's like a nice crispy hash brown.
I love the flavor profile. It is a little bit more mushy this time, but I don't mind it at all. And it's pretty filling, especially since you get two. And if you get this by yourself, you're probably going to be full after you eat it. So yeah, I would definitely share it if you're going to get an entree, side dish, and a dessert. This is a really good thing to share because there's two.
That applesauce is so good.
Yeah.
It's like nice and sour. I mean, it tastes like house-made applesauce. It doesn't taste like it just came from a jar. It probably did come from a jar.
Probably.
But I don't care. It tastes like it doesn't. It's so good. I love that applesauce. It's not too sweet. It's nice and sour for me. I just love it. It works perfectly with the hash brown. Now, the potato pancake, they do have a different variety of potato pancake here as well.
Yeah.
Comes with
good
ham
too.
and onions and then like a sour cream, herb sour cream sauce on top, which is also delicious. Honestly,
It is.
I didn't know how we were going to pick between the two. On either one of them, I think is the best side dish here. It just happens to be we went with the applesauce one because I just think it's such an irregular combination. Something that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And it was so good. Versus the other potato pancake, I feel like when you read the ingredients, you're like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then it does make sense and it's good. Man, this potato pancake with the applesauce, it just came out of nowhere. It's kind of like that pineapple tahini thing that was so good.
Yeah.
And shocking, but I think this is better and this is hearty. It's basically the same price as the pineapple skewer, But this is huge. It's filling. It's enough for 2 people. I love it. Out of all the side dishes, this is the best one, I think. But there are a couple of other honorable mentions. The first one is actually here at this booth as well. So we already talked about the potato pancake, but they also had this like warm, like toasted pretzel roll thing with like this Gruyere cheese in the inside and everything.
That was one of my favorite things.
Yum. I mean, it was so good too. Like Germany was hitting on all cylinders this day, folks. Hello. It was hitting on all cylinders. Once again, Germany comes through. Then there was the surprising street corn. The street corn on the cob at the vegetarian, we call it the veggie booth, even though I don't know if it is actually the vegetarian booth, but I feel like everything there is usually vegetarian.
Yeah.
And it was also on the garden graze, the street corn, and it was so good too.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the best things for the corn on the cob. I thought it was going to be kind of just like boring and lame, but man, it was good. Everything else on the garden graze was no good. No good. The grilled baby vegetables, man, that was bad. Busted.
And I love vegetables, and they were not good.
Man, it was bad. I don't know what they did to those vegetables, but it was bad. The second thing on there was the coconut tres leches dessert. Busted. I've heard people, by the way, we walk around here a lot, as you can imagine. I've heard multiple people talk about, we got to go get that coconut tres leches. It's so good.
So you might like it.
You might like it, but we thought it was busted. We thought it was terrible. So, I don't know. No accounting for taste, I suppose, but I didn't think it was good. And then the avocado toast that's the Sunshine Griddle, it could have been good, but it had no seasoning, no flavor. It was just like a mashed up avocado on toast. No seasoning. So, and again, we talked about it before. I was expecting it to be a little bit more like guacamole with a little bit of something in it, lime juice or cilantro or onion or anything, and it was just bland. So, garden graze is a bust, but surprisingly, 2 things on the garden graze, the street corn and this potato pancake, hit home runs. Moving on, we're going to go check out the next food item, which is going to be some sort of like sweet or dessert, because I want to kind of round out our top picks. I will say we have not had a lot of success with sweets at the festivals. They tend to forget to put sugar in most of them. There wasn't a lot to choose from, but I think we found one that I feel like meets the bill, so we're going to head over there and we're going to check it out. Well, we have been pretty lucky tonight. It's been threatening to rain for a few hours now, but we've been pretty lucky. The rain has held off. Actually, I will say we did come here the other day to do this episode, to actually finish out the Flower and Garden Festival with our top picks, and we got rained on. And so we ended up having to pack it up and leave, and we were like, well, guess we'll have to come back and do this episode another day. And so here we are. So I thought we were going to get rained out again today. So there you go. It does happen. You do get rained out. Now, it was only lightly raining and easily could have just stayed and hung out at Epcot. But we were really trying to like film and do the Flower and Garden Festival where we got to put the food down and kind of talk about it and eat and everything. And in the rain, that just does not work very well at all. But I think for normal people, even if it was raining, you could have still had a fantastic day here.
Yeah.
It's just for our purposes and filming. And I didn't bring my GoPro, so I didn't have a waterproof camera. It just wasn't going to work. And there we have the sad, sad Primavera kitchen that is getting no love. As you can see, there is absolutely nobody in line for it. And this is the one booth that we actually didn't try this entire festival. We completely skipped it. We've never skipped a booth before. We've never skipped the Italian booth ever. And this festival, we decided, you know what? We're going to skip it. So out of all of those 50 plus food items, and then I don't even know how many drinks on top of that, we didn't even go to the Primavera Kitchen because it's been so expensive and so disappointing for all the festivals. I just can't, in good conscience, waste my time and money on it anymore for now. It's always the same exact food items, pretty much. Like the ravioli with something in it, the bomboloni donut things with something in it, and then some sort of like risotto balls or something, slightly different, and then they're always like not that great or too expensive. So take that with a grain of salt. That none of the foods in the Primavera Kitchen made it anywhere close to our top list because we didn't even try them. Don't want to waste our money there anymore. And it's funny to me, every time we go by there now, there's never anybody there. Never. I think people are catching on. Like Epcot, I don't know what you're doing with the Italian food, but you need to do something different. Just reminiscing a little bit, when we first came to Flower and Garden, some of the cool little displays like this, which is like how many of these plants can you spot in the spice garden. It's kind of cute. There is a Spike the Bee in that garden. I remember him hanging out in there. There he is. Hey, Spike. This area has changed a little bit since the Flower and Garden Festival first started, because before that booth wasn't there. So there was like these like gardens you could walk through, and the roses and everything, and the little rose archways. But now there's a booth back there, so they changed it all up. Still, one of my favorite topiary displays is over here in France. And that, of course, is the Beauty and the Beast display with Lumiere and Cogsworth, Belle and Beast. I will miss this topiary display. It's probably one of my favorites. And that's obviously Tinkerbell, and her little fairy village is so cute. I'm going to miss it. Here we are. Where are we at?
The Honey Bistro.
The Honey Bistro. Okay. Just the name of the place, Honey Bistro, sounds awesome and sounds delicious. Like honey. Who doesn't like everything honey is good. I love honey. So I'm excited to be back here because we have not had this place in quite a while. And there were everything, I feel like most everything on the menu here was actually pretty good. Everything was pretty decent. But there was one dish that stood above the rest. And again, we've already mentioned that we really had a hard time finding good desserts at the Flower and Garden Festival. Honestly, just in Disney in general, finding good desserts is kind of tough. They just don't put enough sugar, but we found something that I feel like is kind of in the middle. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit savory, kind of can be a dessert, kind of can be a side dish. And we're going to use it, or even an appetizer, but we're using it as a dessert, sort of today, sweet, tasty treat. And it is none other than the delicious, oh yeah, check it out. Oh my goodness. It is the honey and sweet corn spoon bread. Let's talk about what's in it. There is the sweet corn spoon bread, and then it also has jalapenos, bacon, bacon, and a house-made whipped honey butter. Do I even need to say anything else besides just I said those ingredients? Whipped honey butter, bacon, jalapeno, cornbread. I mean, honestly, if you mess this up with these ingredients, you might as well just shut down the food festival. You might as well just shut the whole booth down, never try to make food again, because just those ingredients and those toppings alone is amazing. So, let's dig into it. Let's give it a rip. It's been a while since I had it. All right, now I am noticing, now there is also a drizzle of honey on top. So like on the bacon and stuff, there's a little bit of honey. So it's not just the honey butter. There's a little bit of drizzle of honey on top too. I think I've got everything here, all the components. The cornbread, the butter, the bacon, the honey. Let's do it.
It's so good. Cornbread's one of my favorite things in the world. Yeah, I don't care if it's sweet or not sweet. But it's just very delicious.
So good.
It really is.
The only bad thing about it is that our drink is empty. And now I'm the thirstiest person that's ever lived. I mean, it's good. And I remember this from last time. There's a lot of corn in it.
Yeah.
Like, there's heavy, heavy corn. It's done so well. The cornbread is just so good. It's got this, like, nice crispy edge to it, and it's so soft and, like, for lack of a better word, moist in the middle. And then it's got the bacon with that little drizzle of honey on there. The bacon is so good. It's like thick-cut bacon.
Has a good flavor.
The honey is good. And then that honey butter just lands the plane, folks. I'm telling you, it's so good. I can't say enough good things about this dessert dish side. I don't know what it is. It's like a savory sweet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a savory dessert almost. I love it. By far, I think for me, for you, the best dessert of anything in the Flower and Garden Festival. And we tried almost, I think everything pretty much we tried.
By far.
We tried the frushi, which I don't know that's really a dessert, but basically it seemed like a dessert over in Japan. No good. The grapefruit tart, which sounded delicious, wasn't any good. The coconut tres leches was no good. We tried the vanilla, the rose water, the little like rose flower with the panna cotta in the middle of it, which actually was pretty decent. It was decent.
Yeah.
It was expensive for what it was, but this is just better. The other thing that I remembered, which was pretty good, is the pecan praline. But I didn't feel like, I mean, it was in like a little package. I just felt like it was like something you could get at the store, like a prepackaged pecan praline, and it was good. But I didn't think it was nearly as good as this. And This is just so much better. And the best thing about this is it's only $5. And it's huge. Like, I feel like we've had several bites already, and I mean, there's just like a ton of it left. It's humongous. We're gonna eat some more of it, but like, it's only $5. So I feel like it's a steal. So there you have it. That's our sort of wrap-up summary of the Flower and Garden Festival. It was good to revisit some of the topiaries and the spice gardens and things. I just think it's such a pretty festival. I love it. And revisiting the top foods. Again, there's a lot of great things here, but I think these are the best. The vampire taco for the entree, the potato pancake, either one, but I personally like the applesauce one. And then this sweet corn spoon bread for sort of the dessert or the savory dessert. For me, that's a whole meal right there. You go from that, go to Mexico to Germany, right over here to the Honey Bistro. You're done. You got your whole meal. And honestly, we shared it. We shared the taco, we shared the potato pancake, we shared the dessert. And I'm full. I'm done. I think we're good for the day. Out of over 50 foods that we've tried at Flower and Garden, these are the best 3 by far. I cannot believe that we've gone through almost this entire book. Literally, I mean, this thing has seen better days. We have checked off almost every food item in this entire booklet for this festival. We went hard this festival, but I feel like we go hard most of the festivals, but wow, it's gonna be sad to put this thing away. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Well, thanks again for joining us. Tune in again tomorrow for another brand new episode. Until we see ya.
Hi, my name is Tanner. I'm from Pennsylvania. The Noble Way is the